What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here with your second stimulus check update. And in this video, we're going to go over how today is a great opportunity for the American people if Congress can pass a bill for more stimulus checks and unemployment extension for you guys, for Americans. We're going to go over the details on how today is a crucial day. But first, if you haven't yet, click the subscribe button down below. This way you won't miss out on second stimulus check update information. My wife and I do hours of research for you guys every single day, so we can bring you all the up-to-date information in a quick, concise video. And don't forget to smash the like button for us down below. It really helps out our channel. So today is the day that we could see good things happen. It's a great opportunity for Congress to pass us more stimulus. Today is the day they're supposed to be voting on a new stimulus bill, and let me give you all the details. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has called the Democrats back to the House for an emergency session. When they were on recess, they went back to their states, and she yanked them out of there and basically said, come back to Washington. We're going to vote on a stimulus package. And the interesting thing is we're not 100% sure about all the details of what they're going to be voting on in this package. It's a little bit unusual for us to not have the details of a bill before they're voting on it in this large of a magnitude. But the one thing we know for sure that they're going to be voting on is money for the post office. The Democrats want to give $25 billion to the post office so that they have emergency money to fund the mail-in voting ballots that are going to receive a flurry of millions of ballots coming in for the election in just over 2 months. There's been a lot of speculation on what else they could put in this bill. The Democrats and the Republicans have both said that they want a skinny bill. They want to have several other things in a bill like this, and possibly this exact bill that may include $1,200 stimulus checks to Americans and also checks to all dependents this time around. In the first stimulus check, dependents over the age of 18, college students, and adult dependents that are claimed on people's tax returns were not given a check from the first stimulus package. We've also heard word that they want to include an unemployment extension to extend the unemployment boost to the end of the year. We're not sure if it's going to be $300, $400, $500, or $600, or if they're going to include it in this bill. So the question is, will they include stimulus checks directly sent out to the people this time around and an unemployment extension? The president has passed a, let's call it, temporary unemployment extension through his presidential executive order, of which they're using funds from FEMA and the Disaster Relief Fund. But there's been a lot of word that the money for that fund might only last around a month, and that they need a more permanent bill passed by Congress that can actually print money for this stuff and not have to basically raid the Disaster Relief Fund and the FEMA funds that could run out within a month. So they really need to pass a more permanent extension of that through a stimulus package and include stimulus checks so that we can get those out to Americans. The post office having funding has not only been a massive issue because of the election, but also because it's one of the two issues holding up a more permanent stimulus package, which will have $1,200 stimulus checks and also an extension of the unemployment. The new Postmaster General, who is backed by President Donald Trump, testified before a Senate committee over accusations that he was cutting postal services and trying to delay the mail before the election, with the purpose that the president is completely against mail-in ballots and that he was working on behalf of the White House and the president to slow these mail changes so that ballots can't be sent in time for the election. Mr. DeJoy, the new Postmaster General, testified that he had never spoken to President Trump about the Postal Service other than in receiving his congratulations on becoming Postmaster General. The details of him trying to slow the mail delivery are still becoming clearer, but it doesn't make sense why they would do that right before the election unless they're trying to not encourage mail in voting. After this came under swift and harsh criticism about removing more than 600 mail sorting machines, the postmaster said that they're not going to replace those machines and that they're not coming back. This will for sure slow mail delivery in those areas. Here is a list of the machines that have been removed and from which states: Florida, Texas, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Michigan, many of which people are criticizing that they're battleground states and that there's a political agenda behind this. And that a new United States Postal Service email that has been made public has told the managers not to reconnect the mail sorting machines. The email sent hours after DeJoy's public suspension of changes on Tuesday, which he said that they won't do any more changes to the Postal Service before the election. This email instructs postal workers not to reconnect any mail sorting machines that have been previously disconnected. The email says, please message out to your respective maintenance manager tonight. They are not to reconnect or reinstall machines that have been previously disconnected without approval from HQ maintenance, no matter what direction they're getting from their plant manager. So it seems like they're getting direction from a higher up who is not letting them reconnect these mail sorting machines right before the election. Now, mail-in voting has to go on before actual election day. They have to send those out to Americans. Then they have to, write in their votes, and then they have to send them back, and then they have to sort through them and count the votes all in a timely manner before election day. So this stuff's happening pretty soon, and that they're disconnecting mail sorting machines, hundreds of them all across the country. What a scandal. You guys can let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. And then the crazy thing is that they're trying to give billions of dollars in funding for the post office right now, and that this is what's holding up stimulus checks to Americans. So it's just like, how did the post office hold up the stimulus checks and the unemployment extension for Americans? Like, it's crazy. If you watch my video here from yesterday, we talked about how Nancy Pelosi said, the leader of the Democrats in the House said that she is not going to pass stimulus checks or unemployment, even though they said they wanted to, that she's not going to pass a standalone bill for those because the post office and money for cities and states is so important that it has to be tied in with the stimulus checks and the unemployment. And she's not going to pass those things without money for the post office and for states and cities, which is just crazy. Again, I'm not a Republican, I'm not a Democrat. As you can see, there's a lot of bad, shady things that Republicans are doing with the post office and delaying mail. And then there's the Democrats with Nancy Pelosi saying she's not going to sign a bill for unemployment and stimulus checks unless there's money for the post office and states and cities. So honestly, both sides are just complete BS, that they're basically holding the American people hostage when we need help right now. We're in a once in 100-year pandemic, and they just need to get more help out for Americans. So today is a great opportunity for them to do that in this stimulus bill that they're going to vote on, or they're supposed to vote on, for the post office. Will they include unemployment? Will they include stimulus checks? It's going to be a big day. In my video going live later today at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, if I have the new information on that, I will be giving you guys all the details of what's going in this bill and if they voted on it and if they passed it. So make sure you guys are subscribed and make sure you smash the like button for me. I will keep you guys updated. And this top video here is my most recent stimulus check video, and this bottom video is about mail-in voting fraud. And this video teaches you how to start a business selling products on Amazon, and I teach people how to sell products on Amazon. You can click on one of those videos to watch them next. Thanks, and I will see you in the next video.